Hello, this is Bart Sharp from Therapy for the Body, Mind, and Spirit. Today talking about breaking the pattern of painful relationships. And this is something that many of us have experienced. And it seems like if you have that relationship or had relationships that seem to always work in dissatisfaction, or you're not getting your needs met, and it seems to be these reoccurring patterns that you attract people who are not good for you, that you're not getting the love that you want. All of these things. You're probably in a pattern of a painful relationship. So one of the key parts of looking at this is to look at, and I really strongly suggest people write down this information, because something about writing it down makes it more clear, concise, and puts it kind of like solid into your perspective. But you write down the characteristics of your lovers. Who they are. What kind of behaviors they did to you, but what kind of person they were. Their personal characteristics. So we're looking at characteristics and behaviors of what they've done. And you start with the latest one and go back to some of the more significant ones past that and reflect upon that. And more likely you will start to see a pattern. You'll start to see that they have common characteristics. And then it's what is the next step is to see if the patterns and the characteristics are similar to one of our parents, and comparing those similarities. And more than likely there will be similarities, because one of the things that people are kind of stuck into in general is recreating the parental relationships they had that did not work. And so having that clarity of what that is in your life is the first step in resolving it. And when we start to see those patterns, we can also start to see them in people that we are falling in love with. And then we have a choice of whether we don't want to play or not. And the thing is that the people that have those characteristics that are like our parents, we're attracted to those. It's easier to be seduced into that relationship because it's so familiar, and yet it's also unresolved. So we want to resolve these things with our parents. It's one of those pains that we've had, and we want to become clear of it and think that if we become clear of it, we'll be happy. Well, that's true. If we do resolve it, come clear of it, we will experience a lot more joy in our life. But it's not finding it in another person and resolving it there. We have to resolve it in ourselves. And then we attract a different person. Or we attract that same type of person that's more involved in those issues. And so they're less of what our parents were, or they're more involved in those issues. They're a kinder, gentler person as opposed to somebody that's more aggressive with it. And so whatever that is for us, we can have more clarity and attract somebody that's really better for us, that we're not recreating these patterns.